Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You're very welcome to our show today. We're coming to you a little bit early, but I met my good friend Detty Cornally down the street, and we're in the Greville Arms and having a quick chat. Detty, your birthday was only a few weeks ago.
That's right, yeah.
21.
21 plus.
Great crowd.
Yeah, enjoyed it, and the music was very good too.
Oh, thank you very much.
But really I enjoyed it. I suppose in the beginning I wasn't on for it, but by the time the day came I was, and it went well.
So it was a great event because you had the meal with the family first.
That's right, yeah.
And then from there then you went into, there must be 300 or 400 people inside waiting to meet you in the main ballroom.
Well, they looked a great crowd. I don't know the exact number, yeah.
You got to chat to everyone, it says, well.
Unfortunately, I didn't, because I'd be going up, I'd see someone I wanted to chat to, and then I'd meet someone else, and then you'd forget about them. But I think they understand that you don't get to see everybody.
Exactly, but you'd meet them every day in the Greville. You come down here regularly.
I do, yeah.
And when I came in, I met you on the street and I said, I'll see you down in the Greville in 5 minutes. And it ended up, there was about 10 people here. It was nearly, I had to break my way in to meet you because you're a very popular woman.
I wonder. Well, as I said on the topic to Margaret, I have great friends.
You have?
I have, yeah. I couldn't say one word about any of them, and if I ever was in need, I could ring any of them, and that's it. And I even said, even school friends going back to national school.
Wow.
Some of them up there.
Go away.
And a few neighbours. Yeah.
Amazing. And were you born in Mullingar?
Jamestown.
In Gainestown. And then you come into town. You come into work in town. What did you start working on the first job?
I worked with Oliver Buckley it was Wallace's first. He had the hardware and he had a grocery across the road, and I worked in the office there in the hardware where Smith's is now. After that he went up to the Green and he built that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
No, but in my day he had Wallace's grocery shop where the Chippers is now.
Ah, right.
Yeah, and he had the hardware across the road, and he had grain and all that.
Oh, did he have then the street up? Do you know the street, that empty street used to run from the Guards Barracks down to Dominic Street?
Well, later years he built his house there, and of course the shop would have came back to that street, his garden.
Go away.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
And that would be Jim's dad and the late Ollie's dad.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and Claire.
And so you were in the book department there, yeah?
Yeah, I was.
And so you moved on then. What was your next job after that?
Rearing children after that.
That's right, because you have a big gang. You have a handful.
7.
7?
Yeah.
My God.
Them days when you got married, you left work. Now I did work for 6 months, was only beginning to come in, but most people had to leave their jobs at that stage, no matter where they were.
That's right, because my mother she worked in the mental hospital, and when she got married,
she had to leave.
Yeah, you had to leave your job at that time.
Yeah.
And things were definitely different for women at that time.
Oh, completely different, completely. Yeah.
And tell us, would you? So you were doing the books there, but where did you learn to do the books? Was it in college, or did you go to Trinity?
No. I did college on top of a hill. No, I went down to, at the time we called it the Tech, but it's the community college today.
Right,
for 2 years, and you learned your bit of bookkeeping there.
And then you went in. Now, was there many people working in the office at that time?
Well, Michael Cummins, the late Michael Cummins, you might have remembered, I think he was 100 or more when he died. He was the accountant there. And in the office there would have been Helen Ahern, which you know Helen Ahern. And she was Helen Mitchell that time. And there was, let me see who else, Mary Gowan, she was Mary Leoc after that. And Stephanie McIntaggart. They were in that office. But then there was across the road, I was very great with Phil Owens, and Phil was at my party the other night. Yeah,
Brilliant.
and she was over in the grocery. My sister was there before me, and she was still there for a while, and then when she got married, she had to leave too.
Brilliant. And he had a huge business in town at that time,
he
it seemed.
had. And you could go in the morning, and he would have been, especially when the grain would be coming in to be dried and all that, he'd be up all night working, and he'd have this white suit on him. Now you'd say he was going into space. The white suit.
And he's managed to keep it clean as well.
Yeah,
with all that
yeah.
work and all that grain and all that dust
That's
flying
right,
around.
yeah, he was a great worker. And I'll tell you who was in the shop that time, Mick Foster.
Go on.
Yeah.
My God. Because Mick was telling me he became a builder then. After he was a builder for a little while, and then he got into the music after that, he was telling me.
Well, that could be right. You lose contact, but Mick worked there, then he went down to work for Christopher Simons, and he was years there. But I didn't know he went into the building, but still when you said it to me, it was at the back of my mind.
And what did he do in Wallace's then?
He was in the shop, he was in the hardware shop.
Right, yeah.
And it was the same when he went down to the site.
Because in the hardware business, it's a whole culture nearly. I mean, lads coming in to buy stuff and
Oh yeah, yeah.
like it's a,
From a nail to what? All building material.
all building material
Yeah.
and characters then having the crack and lads having bad days coming in, bringing their bad day with them and
Yeah.
telling you, and then lads telling them stories and ask them to get stupid things. I can't remember a few of them, but there's a few of them that did come to mind.
I did.
Yeah.
And somebody in Wallace's, I don't know who it was, I don't think it was Mick now, he'd been younger, sent some young lad that came in town for a glass hammer. I do remember that. Poor Gossam went down.
Asked everyone.
Yeah, the glass hammer. There was something else too. Oh yeah, to get a bubble out of the spirit level, if that's what you
Oh,
call
right.
it, with your level. Look, there were devils. And you'd feel sorry, because there was young lads just after coming in that wouldn't have a clue that was sent down for those things.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd have known. That's what I know about building stuff.
Now you're very much involved in in GAA down in where is it?
Shamrocks.
Shamrocks, yeah. You're there a few years, I think. They call you the president.
They do.
Very well respected down there, I believe.
In the 60s, Tom Hunt had found, it would be in some of the papers, and we were running a silver circle. That's the first time, 61 I think. Because he brought it up, he found it in one of the papers, and I think the prize for the first prize, I don't know, was it £10 or £15, but my mother won it. Tom could. Now I came, Nuala Higgins gave me one a bit later.
Yeah.
So that would have been the start of my involvement with Shamrocks. In 61, Sean McCoy would have came into me in Wallace to fill up a silver circle draw, £1.
My God, the silver circle.
That's what they were called at the time, and they were only £1 too. Not £1 a week, it's £1 for the 20 weeks.
The silver circle now was for something else. It wasn't for funds for the club. Like you've
Oh,
done
it was.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
they were all on a card, so the more names I could get, there was more money going to the club.
Right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So I would have been around and remember the winning the championship in 64 and 66. You had John Daly playing, you had Noel Daly, you had Terry Dowd, Jimmy Dowd, Dan Dowd. They were all at that time. Kevin Higgins was the goalie, which he was the goalie afterwards for the 1963 All-Ireland Gotcha.
And would you have passion now for football and that Irish or for Gaelic football, as I say, at that time, or where did that come from? That passion to help out the club, or how did you literally end up in Shamrocks? Because you were in Gainestown, which probably had their own club out there.
No, not at all. See, Gainestown would be Gainestown with Mullingar.
Ah, right. It was part of it then, yeah.
Now, and if Shamrocks wasn't in it, well, Rockford Bridge would be the next stop with the Shamrocks.
Brilliant. Yeah.
And there wouldn't have been, there was no Milltown Pass that time either. Anyone from Milltown Pass, Pentecostal played with Roger Bridge.
Now, you're involved in the council as well. You were there, you must be in the council, a county councillor for
I was
2 or
10
3 years.
in the council, but Money Gar, the town commissioners or the town council, I was 20 years on it.
Right, and you finished that now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People didn't love me anymore.
No, we were up.
And you know what I mean.
We were up at the Joe Dolan statue there, and we had the circus come in and they're having a chat with us, and they're going to be here at the St. Patrick's Festival week. It's nearly turned into a week because it's going to be on the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Events on for St. Patrick's Day, but they came in and had the crack. But you passed me by, and I was telling them the story that you were on the council the time that the statue was commissioned.
Yeah.
And my father went down, and I believe everyone was in tears.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
mean, this was very close after Joe passing away, and the council says that they're going to make a statue of Joe Dolan. I mean, we're still, as I say, I don't know, you say grateful or Uncle Joe's in the Market Square. It was a great thing that the council done, as far as I'm concerned, for my family, you know. But it was a great thing to do.
I think it was, and I suppose the man that kept pushing it was McDonald, and you'd have known that.
Yeah. I'm sure Mick would be a fan for life. And I remember you coming to the shows and all.
Oh yeah.
Way back, yeah.
Yeah, I would. My day with the show bands, the 2 show bands with Joe Dolan and Brendan Byer.
Really?
Oh yeah. And if Brendan Byer was alive and if there was a show, I'd be at. Some of the others now were very good, don't get me wrong. But
Yeah.
Joe, one thing I loved him singing. He was a great character, and I mean, especially in Mold, you go in and the atmosphere when they'd be playing or singing. And Brendan Byer would be much the same. They were the 2 show bands.
They were your favourites, as I say.
Oh yeah, and and even down through the years, if I got on to some of Joe's shows, I would have. I remember organising a bus, and it was mainly the Shamrock crowd, to
Right.
go to the spa.
That's right, yeah. We had a great run of gigs up there one.
Yeah,
That was
you
around.
were there for a while, but there was 2 of them, and I knew the lady, we lived in Kilcock for 2 years.
Ah, right.
And there was a woman in Kilcock we knew, she was manageress in the spa.
Right.
But we went up a bus road.
Did Pierce go? Was he part of the
Oh,
team?
indeed, and he was.
Did you bring his white suit?
Would you? He was part of it, I'm telling you.
Telling you. Now, tell us, you married your husband then. Where was he from?
Ballymore.
Ballymore. And where did you meet?
The Roseland. No, maybe no, the Horizon. I
The
think.
Horizon Ballroom, yeah.
Yes,
And Uncle Paddy was running it at that time, wasn't he?
he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was love at first sight, was it?
I suppose it was. I don't remember.
You had 7 kids. You must have gone on well.
Well, I'm afraid that well, I will tell you. I was 2.5 years older.
Really?
Yeah. I remember going to a wedding, and indeed it was in McCormick's over there, you know, the arcade.
Yeah.
It was. You
Oh,
would
yeah,
remember that. They had the pub and a restaurant. So the wedding reception was there. Sometimes there'd be small receptions.
A breakfast, they called it.
Yeah. Breakfast
Fry
is
off.
right. You were home for your supper. But anyway, somebody said to Rob, you must have met her coming out the school gate, and he let a couple of swears, Cotton. He said the other way around, she met me coming out the school gate.
Well, as I said, you're enjoying life to the full at the moment.
Yeah.
And you're involved, as I say, in everyone must know you in every committee in the town and every association.
Yeah, I did, and I meant it. I think it's important for people to get out and mix. I mean, I come down the town every day, I could meet different people and have a cup of tea with them, or they could ring or I'd ring. There's always someone. And as I said to you, I have great friends, and I know they'll be always there.
And what do you think of the youth today? How are they getting on, do you reckon?
Oh, they have so much, it's a whole different life. There's much money. To my God, you wouldn't have much money, hardly enough in your pocket to go to 2 dances a week.
Exactly, and but yeah, things have changed, and there's a whole different, you could say, a different approach to life now.
Yeah, much more money.
Much more money. And so tell me, what would you say is the elixir of your youth at this stage, Detty? I mean, I'm not going to tell anyone what age you are, but I mean, you're very young.
I'm sure everyone knows after last week.
She's 80 years.
I was older.
She's 80 years of age. Tell us, what do you think is the reason that you look so well and feel so good at 80?
I wouldn't be a warrior.
You wouldn't be a warrior?
No.
Yeah.
Everything would work out on the day.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have had a very smooth road because Rob had an accident 15 years after we got married.
Yeah.
And he never worked. He never worked after that.
Mm-hmm.
So money, which would be scarce, rare in the middle, scarcer for us.
Yeah.
On social welfare.
Yeah.
But you had to keep going and rare them. And I think they turned out all right.
I think they turned out very well. They've all got their own character and they're all doing their own thing. And have you many grandchildren now?
11.
11?
Yeah.
My God.
Not too much for having 7 of my own.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
11. Well, look, Detty, thanks for having a chat with us. And I said we always want to chat, especially after her birthday. And this is Detty Cornally. She's born, bred, and reared in Mullingar. And anyone who wants to leave any messages in there and saying hello to her, you're very, very welcome. We have a good few on, and they're looking in from all angles. Karina Ball now is looking in the whole way from Holland.
Who?
Karina Ball. She's from Holland. She's looking in, and there she is. Says good afternoon. And who else? We've got Margaret Russell is looking in from downtown Mullingar. You know Margaret Russell? You do indeed.
Yeah.
And Lizzie Farrell is looking in there, and she's looking in from Dublin. Who's that? Fran Cliff Dowd. That's Cliff Dowd looking in from Mullingar. Pauline Molyneux. Valentina is looking in from Bucharest. Just the far side of Killucan.
Which Killucan?
Which Killucan? Margaret Murtha is looking in there from Mullingar as well. And as I say, I hope you enjoy the post, folks. As I said, it's great to start to chat to people once again and have just a quick story. Davy Robinson is looking in there as well from downtown Mullingar. And that's Donata's looking in from Romania. Sharon is looking in from Michigan. It's unbelievable the amount of people looking in from different places. And Mullingar. No.
The world got very small when that was happening.
Isn't it? Yeah. And a lot of people have nothing to do.
No.
Aldron is a lad from Mullingar. He writes his name in Irish, and he's living out in, I think, sort of north of New York. So there you are, folks. Look, thanks for looking in, folks. Feel free to share the post. As I said, this is Detty Cornally, and she celebrates her birthday last week, and we wish her many, many more happy birthdays. So thanks a million for chatting to us, Detty. Last word.
Ray, you're welcome.
Bye for now.
Yeah.